Okay, wasn't sure I was actually gonna fucking do this, but here we are.
My name is Stoody and I'd like to welcome you all back to another video, and today I'd like to welcome you all to Stoody Rants episode 29.
Did you even include the angry emoji sticker like you're trying to market yourself to small children or stupid zoomers who don't understand the difference between just being able to say something and then needing to post a fucking sticker behind it? Seriously, I'm surprised I'm not seeing like colorful Fortnite stickers on here since that seems to be the majority of your audience. But enough about that. Let's resume.
Now today I'm going to be doing a YouTube rant. I have no idea if this is the first YouTube rant on this channel or whatever. I've probably done a YouTube rant before on this channel, but I know...
You mean to tell me that you don't remember? Is your memory so incredibly fucked up that you can't remember whether or not you've covered a particular issue before? And you constantly insult the people about their intelligence, about their capacity to remember details. Alright then.
I've done YouTube rants on previous channels. So basically, I know I'm pretty late on this one, but a user by the name of Damien Skyfire got his original channel back after like 2.5 years.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Now, he was terminated for the right reasons.
No, he wasn't. He was terminated because some angry little cocksucker got a fucking stick up their ass about being criticized and misgendered. But the only reason said person was misgendered is because they kept making it a point to be in everyone's face like a dick, trying to make a pointless issue into a big issue until everyone just kept telling them to get fucked, so they kept doing whatever they could to act antagonistic and annoying to everyone. And then when people finally just told them to shut the fuck up and stop pestering everybody, they decided to spurg out and issue death threats, and when Damien issued one in retort, more or less responding to a threat with a threat, despite the fact that no party intended to actually follow through with their own threat, he was hit for that reason. Not to mention the fact the person was literally just spamming the report button because this is back before the reports were actually reviewed.
He made videos slandering people, cyberbullying people.
You're the biggest cyberbully in the room, you little cock gobbler, because all you do is pester people for attention. You attack small children and teenagers, saying all kinds of horrendous things about them because you want to start bullshit with them. I think the only person that you've actually said anything about that might have actually deserved it was Raven. And realistically, there's no point in talking about Raven anymore because her name is essentially mud and anyone that's aware of her existence even. That's what I don't get about people like you. Cyberbully, cyberbully, cyberbully. Dude, you do the same shit that other people do, except you do it to a more severe degree than even Damien or I do. Seriously, if insulting people is cyberbullying, then why the fuck are you on the internet? If a person deserves to lose their account for insults, then why the fuck are you still here either? Realistically, if we were to follow this principle of cyberbullying, that means anyone that says anything to you is automatically a cyberbully, but you talking shit to everyone else over the most petty, pointless bullshit imaginable is justified because why? Because it's you doing it? I'm just curious about the hypocrisy there.
Things like that. There was a lot
It's not really slander if you can prove it, by the way. These people's own admittance and own screen caps of shit they've said more or less confirms these people were responsible for all the shit they were accused of. So it's not really slander if you can prove it, moron.
Slander videos about me on his channel.
Making jokes about you is not the same thing as openly lying about people. Making cracks at your expense and calling you a brain-dead gorilla is not the same thing as saying that you are X, Y, and Z definitively, as though the people are being serious.
Channel that were gone, and I was glad about. Obviously, he made more on his new channel.
He made more because you kept being a dipshit to antagonize people. The only reason anyone talks about you whatsoever is because you're such a pointless fucking plant-head dipshit that you'll walk up to people screaming at them for acknowledgement. You will literally tag people that have nothing to do with you for several months, if not a year, repeatedly for attention. The last time I spoke about your miserable ass, up until like the fucking community post, was 7 months ago. So over half a year of not a word, until like a blurb yesterday, and then this. So catch up to speed, sped boy.
But those videos were gone, but now they're back.
Good, fuck you.
And not only that, he has recently made another slander video about me, cyberbullying me.
You're a grown fucking man, grow up. I can't imagine being such a dickless pussy that the moment someone calls you a whiny fat ass, you start having a fucking tantrum. You're a grown man in your 20s having a fucking fit because someone slightly older than you called you an attention seeking dipshit. If I had your life, I would just kill myself. I would not be able to live your life where everything someone else says about you that's negative sends you into a fucking tailspin. Like, I've said this about a lot of people in relation to how pathetic they are, and it's always been true. If I lived a life like yours where I need to do shit to antagonize people just so I get acknowledgement from people that are, like, old enough to be almost an older sibling or a relative, then I would blow my own fucking head off. I wouldn't be able to live my life needing to antagonize people just because my own subs are completely bored of the shit that I say. I mean, you have a fan base that loves the sport that you love, and instead of trying to unite over your love of that sport, you bitch and whine about shit that you start with others.
And all that, all because I wrote a comment on his video about him getting his channel back saying this is bullshit.
It's not bullshit, because if people find out that the channel was taken away under dubious circumstances, they'll reinstate it because they will most likely evaluate whether or not the channel deserved to be reinstated. Here's the thing. There are a lot of things that people may do on YouTube that I don't agree with when it comes down to how TOS kind of fucks people over. But the one time the TOS seems to genuinely have its shit together, and that's when you complain. And here's the thing, it's not because Damien's a friend of mine. If Damien was an acquaintance of mine or even a total stranger who got their account taken away for bullshit reasons, I would still defend their getting their shit back. You're just whining because you got criticized for saying borderline sexual like, you say borderline sexual creepy bullshit to everyone that interacts with you ever. And I don't mean hitting on them, I just mean you say all kinds of really crazy shit to get on people's nerves, and obviously it didn't pan out well for you because no one liked it. As opposed to everyone else who can laugh at you, but not with you.
It was. Now, it's bullshit because he 100% violated terms of service.
So it's not violating terms of service where you repeatedly threaten to kill someone over a DMCA instead of just contesting it. It's bullshit where you keep trying to threaten people with bullshit legal proceedings that you know for a fact that you don't have the time or money to carry out. I mean, let's be honest. A lot of the things that you accuse other people of doing, you've done to an even more extreme degree. And some of the shit people have done, they haven't even really done. You more or less just exaggerate the severity of a situation or a statement so you can sit there acting like the victim. You're a self-identifying, self-creating victim. And that's why I kind of look upon you with a series of pity and doubt.
He doxes people in his videos. He doxed me in his...
He didn't dox you, greasy dipshit. He used your first name. It wasn't until you decided to release your first and last name in one of your own fucking Instagram posts that your name got around. Your name got around because you left the link to your personal Instagram, which in turn led to your other socials and your name. Someone literally followed a link that you publicly provided to identify you. That is not the same fucking thing as someone hacking into your socials using your YouTube account to dig up your first and last name, or by trying to get your last name through or trying to get your information through a duplicitous DMCA complaint. So please try again, son.
His recent video about me just a week or so ago, I think. This guy does not deserve to be on YouTube.
Oh, but you do. You do. You deserve to be on YouTube after trying to threaten Dawn and her husband with child services. You deserve to be on YouTube when you go around threatening to kill people over DMCA complaints. You deserve to threaten people over stupid, petty, pointless bullshit, but whenever someone calls you a greasy dipshit over it, you throw a tantrum and say they shouldn't be here. Grow up. Grow up. That's all I can say, grow up, because you're acting like a whiny little kid.
He's a horrible person.
Dude, you literally antagonize people for attention. You have no right to talk shit about anyone. Not to mention the fact that you openly have been shown to attack people for being black and gay. And, like, at separate occasions and in conjunction with one another. So I don't want to hear nothing about horrible person when you straight up attack people based upon their race and whether or not they're gay. I mean, hell, even the people that you used to ally yourself with, you attack later when you realize that they don't agree with a lot of the fucked up shit you pull. I mean, I remember when Violet, aka Burn the Bible 666, allied with you temporarily when Damien's account was first lost, And as soon as Violet was no longer used to you, you attacked them relentlessly, attacking them because of their trans status, just like how you accused Damien of doing, except you did it in a more severe degree to the point where they were automatically just completely disassociating with you because they realized that you were threatening people and shit. You literally can't even make friends with people who also have the same enemies as you because the moment they're no longer useful, you discard them like a condom. Not that you'd ever use one or know what one is.
He continuously breaks terms of service. He makes harassing comments. He's constantly harassing me on my videos. I usually just
Hey, dumb motherfucker, if you go up to people and scream at them like a dipshit for attention, it's not harassing you if you're the one that walks up to them to antagonize them. Just saying.
ignore him. Most of his comments end up going into the bad words or spam folder or whatever because he's doxing me in the comments. But obviously, my
Identifying you by a name that you publicly disclose is not the same thing as someone taking your legal name from a piece of mail and posting it everywhere on social media.
dox is blacklisted from our channel. A lot of the evidence I've collected on him are just comments that he's written that have gone into the bad words section or whatever they call it on YouTube
You mean the held for review panel?
these days. Yeah, he's attacked guys such as Dustin Nunn, me.
You mean Dustin, the incredibly retarded homophobe who openly attacks gay people and says they don't deserve rights? The guy that says he would openly deny gay people rights, and that he says just because someone's different religiously or politically that they don't deserve to have rights? Yeah, you know, that crazy, frumpy-looking, droopy dog-looking son of a bitch who's openly been shown to use his condition as a way to be a dick to everyone and have no consequence. Fuck both of you.
And plenty of other people for no reason other than just
No reason proceeds to ignore all the pedophiles and other people that were also on YouTube who Damien's laid into because they kept harassing everyone whenever people told them to fuck off with their crazy incest pedophilia beliefs.
having opinions on the internet.
There's a difference between having an opinion and then just trying to say that your opinion is the only one that's allowed to be heard. You'd know all about that, wouldn't you?
Like Dustin Nunn has been a victim of him for a while.
He's a victim of his own fucking stupidity more than anything. Not to mention the fact that if you say something on the internet, people have the right to contest that opinion, dipshit. The right to freedom of speech means that you do have the right to challenge speech. Whether or not that speech is agreeable or disagreeable to you is irrelevant, because the people that challenge it have a right to challenge it. And if you want to bitch, piss, and moan about it, come to the United States and have an argument with the Congress about it. Otherwise, sit the fuck down, you goddamn rock spider.
And he's a real good guy. I've
He's a
spoken
real good guy. He's a massive homophobe who's a dick to everyone, but he's a good guy.
to him myself, and
You will literally blow anyone that doesn't like Damien until you realize they're no longer a useful party favor for you.
we're mates on YouTube. He's a good guy, and Damien is constantly shit talking him. It's
only shit talk if it's not true.
just disgusting.
You're the last person to speak about disgusting. You look like you bathe in toxic Avenger grease.
So Damien should not be on YouTube. I'm absolutely disgusted with YouTube for allowing Damien to come back on YouTube.
Yeah, once this video's done, I'll be the subject of ridicule because wah, this dude from another country is criticizing my dumbass fucking whiny bitch tantrum.
Now, with that being said, I thought that surely if Damien is able to come back on YouTube, channels that were falsely taken down surely are a chance to come back.
Depends upon who it is and whether or not the algorithm can back up that particular thing that got them in trouble as a factual flag. Not like you'd know anything about that because you haven't really done any digging about how the TOS actually works. That would require you to read. I know you're not too keen on reading.
Like, for example, here's a screenshot proving that the person that false flagged Aussie Tiger was planning on false flagging Aussie Tiger. You know, I only found that screenshot because I'm doing a video on that person, and that just happened to be deep in my archives. So surely that screenshot is going to be crucial to the potential of bringing back Aussie Tiger.
Not really, because if someone's been proven time and time again to do the same shit that they're accused of doing to other people, regardless of one occurrence of it being false, then it's still not going to make a damn difference. I mean, here's the thing. If you weren't such an ass to everyone that ever interacts with you, if you weren't just some whiny dick just being antagonistic for the purpose of attention and acknowledgement, I wouldn't really have any real hostility towards you. It's just the problem is whenever someone makes anything at all, even remotely in your general vicinity, even if it's not directed to you or anyone you know, you start bitching about whether or not they say something. And then you try to make it everyone else's problem that you have a problem with them. Instead of just trying to handle the problem between you and them like a fucking adult, you start having these goddamn fits.
I'm going to try. I did do an appeal,
It's my Facebook chat,
but it got rejected within an hour or so. So obviously YouTube didn't actually go ahead and look into it. But I'm going to try and have a crack at getting that channel reinstated.
Best of luck to you, but given your constant toxic behavior, it's really hard to say that's going to work. But if you want to try it, go for it.
I'm also going to have a crack at getting, this channel after that reinstated too. Because if Damien Skyfire gets reinstated, then so should that channel.
No, it shouldn't. Because let's be honest, when it came down to Junkyard Dog and Aussie Tiger, both of your channels were basically just, oh, I heard a vague accusation that I now have to follow up with accusatory videos. Like, there are two videos that you may be able to argue are factual and do more or less put the person in the light that proves they are everything they've been accused of. But then there's someone like you who makes dozens of videos where you don't prove a thing you say, and you just start accusing people randomly, hoping that someone's going to lynch them off the internet. You basically do what Me Too did to a lot of people in Hollywood, except you try to do it to people on YouTube with even less evidence, if that makes any sense. And I'm not saying that there aren't some people that were guilty. I guarantee there were at least a couple that were everything you accused them of being. But the problem is when you start doing it so frequently to literally every motherfucker that crosses your path, then it starts to sound more like you're just full of shit. It starts to look like you're just like cherry picking whether or not you want to have evidence or not.
But either way, I don't really care if it does get reinstated or not, because I've been very successful on this Stoody channel. I'm almost at the same subscriber count I once was. I'm only 90 subscribers away from being back to where I was. But yeah, those screenshots of Raven threatening me are going to be crucial in my quest to get Aussie Tiger reinstated.
Yeah, but then the video where you openly threatened to kill someone because they DMCA you kind of flies against that, because you openly have yourself threatening someone on video, and then you have a screen cap of someone saying they're trying to flag your shit. And even if this person's trying to flag you falsely, the fact that you threaten someone with death in a video more or less breaks TOS, so you might be going with exactly 0, because one canceling the other would still be nothing. You wouldn't be 1 up or 1 down. You'd be back at ground 0.
Gave up on it, over a year ago, but Damien getting his channel back somehow has given me new hope. Another thing I want to say is this little message comes up on the top of my dashboard, right? While we've removed community posts that violate our policies, starting November 17, community posts that are removed from YouTube may result in a community guideline strike applied to the channel. Now that is an absolute joke.
No, it's not a joke. Now, as much as you don't like it, I understand why they do it, even if I'm not really a fan of why they did it. I could understand the thought process behind it, because there are people like you that do use the community tab just to tag and harass people for attention. I mean, look at Niece Lone Wolf, for example. She makes community tabs tagging the same motherfucker 30 to 40 times, often resulting in just a slew of insults and death threats, mainly just saying that she intends to end those people, because those people have slighted her in some way that either they don't know about or that she's completely made up inside of her crazy fucking cuckoo batshit cat lady head. But even if I don't agree with it, I understand why they would do it, even though I don't really like it myself.
Here's the thing. Community posts are the last thing that YouTubers have to be able to speak their mind. It's their last...
Well, not really. It's not that you can't still speak your mind, it's just that you need to be clear and concise with what you say, instead of just doing your typical style video where you just scream slurs and hope everyone agrees with it.
Little bit of freedom, and YouTuber about...
People like you are completely against freedom, though, because whenever someone criticizes you, you throw a fucking temper tantrum.
To take that away from us, and they're gonna...
It's not taken away. You can't take away what was never yours.
Give us strikes if we're a little bit mean in our community posts. That is disturbing. It's absolutely disgusting.
Well, the thing is, though, you're not just a little bit mean. More often than not, you're threatening to kill people and posting threats, as was your typical way to behave back when you lost your first account. Who's to say you won't just do it again, though, if you feel like. Here's the thing, unless you have some kind of warning hanging over your head, it seems like you don't fucking learn. So this might be their way of giving you the fucking carrot and the stick treatment. I might not like it, but I understand why they're doing it to people.
I'm probably even more pissed off about that than Damien getting his channel back.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me how pissed you are that someone you don't like got something back that was unjustifiably taken away. Honestly, if I filed for an appeal and got my channel back, I would be amazed. I'm still gonna try. I know it's been almost a year, but I'm gonna try. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But if it does, I can't wait to just twist that knife in your sternum a little bit more, metaphorically, so to speak. Just when you realize that two of the people that you really have a hate boner for got their shit back. Meanwhile, you're sitting there sobbing and feverishly beating your meat in the corner to the fact that you think you're going to be YouTube famous. And if it's not your narcissism telling you you're going to be famous on YouTube, it's basically your desire to be better than everyone while at the same time just being a cantankerous dick.
Because that's a joke. So yeah, it looks like...
No, it's not a joke. People don't deserve to lose their account because someone has a hissy fit at them and reports them constantly. If it was you losing your account for the same fucking reasons, then yeah, I would agree you'd get your shit back. It'd be understandable. But with you, it's never like that because it's always just you being a dick and then saying everyone else has to put up with it instead of just justifiably saying, hey, you're behaving like an ass and I don't much like that. But that's not what you do. You have episodes of people where you're trying to kill them and shit.
I'm almost retired from making community posts then, because I make community posts whenever I feel the need to say something that I just can't do a video on because, you know, of the risk factor. But
yeah, I'm sure talking in a monotone voice like you don't really give a shit about what's going on around you is such a risk.
To be fair, a lot of my community posts aren't even about negative topics. You know, my recent one is about Miami Heat getting a win in NBA. Then the time before, Jacob Kaczynski getting traded to Richmond. And then the time before that, it's me criticising Raven. But then there's me...
Can you not sound like you're out of breath every time you get done speaking a sentence?
Showing my Richmond basketball jersey off. You know,
I'm amazed if you actually remember how to play basketball. Given the fact that it requires you to run and jump.
Not every community post I do will get me a strike, but hopefully they won't strike down community posts from months beforehand. That would be absolutely disgusting. So yeah, they're my two main complaints about YouTube in this video. Now, there is one good thing that YouTube have done. You know how you get a warning on your channel? And for a long time, there was no way to get that warning off. The warning was permanent. It is no longer permanent. You can now get the warning off your channel by doing...
Actually, usually the warnings lasted for about 30 days, sometimes 90, depending upon the number of warnings before they'd hit you for something serious. But it would also depend on the severity of the infraction.
Doing some training thing, which is what I did. And after 3 months, I think, of you doing the training, your warning expires. So I did...
So yeah, it was 90 days. It was basically just 90 days of you going to fucking warning school where they install your fucking intelligence and assume that you're too stupid to understand what you did and why it was bad. So my issue with the warning school is that it kind of insults the user's intelligence. It's as though the people in charge of YouTube presumes that everyone that uses the platform is a dumb fucking kid. So that they just need to like, no, you can't do that. That's bad. That's a violation of the terms of service. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there with my middle finger in there. Yeah, fuck you. Don't insult my goddamn intelligence. I know what I did was mean. That's the fucking point. I wasn't gonna sit there and mollycoddle the dipshit that's threatening to kill me every other fucking week because mommy didn't beat their ass enough as a baby. Like, yeah, it's insulting to my intelligence and the intelligence of everyone that goes through that BS because it's more or less like them saying we don't give a shit about whether or not you understand what you did. We give more about maintaining a squeaky clean image, so we're gonna harass you and more or less mock your intelligence by looking at you like you're all fucking stupid. And if you challenge our dumb bullshit rules or our pointless fucking decrees, we're gonna nail you guys to the wall so you no longer have a place here. But let's be honest. This platform has been taking a shit for a while. There are a few good little lumps of bullshit you can still get out of it. But aside from that, here and there, it's mostly like them throwing rocks in your face.
Did the training, and my warning expires on January 30. So once we get to January
30th. Just say 30th, not 30. Fucking stupid.
30, as long as there's no other incidents, my channel will be completely free of warning strikes or whatever. I've only ever had a copyright strike. I've never had a community guideline strike on this channel, just the warning. But with the warning gone, I don't have to worry about a strike for a while. One good thing that YouTube has done, at least for people like me, the problem is it's going to be even harder to get people like Damien Skyfire terminated because they're able to have their warnings expire. But anyway,
So what you're saying is that it's okay for you to be a whiny ass and do things to annoy people because you're begging for attention due to the fact that without the drama you have nothing going on for you. And it's a shame that other people have the capacity to do the same thing that you do to alleviate some of that pressure leaning on their stuff. But it's okay for you to do it because it's you. Grow up, you whiny bitch. Remind me again why I'm supposed to be intimidated by the maniac who's crying about fucking nothing. Basically playing like this woe is me, I don't know what I do, woe is me, they're the bad guy fucking complex here. Seriously, get rid of your fucking victim complex. It's not appealing and it certainly isn't flattering.
that's it for this video. Also, I've got a brand new premium member. His name is Sean Dux.
Who gives this asshole money? What for? It's not like you're gonna see anything new that's from the cutting room floor.
So please be sure to subscribe to him. Link to his channel is in the description. Also be sure to become a channel member yourself.
I'd rather get my fucking bare scrotum slammed in a car door than pay to hear you ramble about a video game no one gives two fucks about.
Just click the join button next to my name. Also be sure to join my Discord server. It is called Australian Sports Community. Link to that is in the description. Also,
why would anyone want to go to a Discord server where all you're going to do is piss and moan about people you don't like and do nothing else? I guarantee you practically none of the conversation actually resorts around the AFL.
Be sure to subscribe to my second YouTube channel. It is called Stoody Archives. Link to that will also be in.
Could you put the knife away, Norman Bates? You're starting to look like you have even more mommy issues than I presumed prior.
The description. Also be sure to follow me on my other social media accounts. I have Instagram, I have Twitter, and I also have TikTok. The username for all those is StoodyYT, and links to all those will also be in the description.
Could you be any more of a pointless fucking shill? This shit is literally just an insult to my fucking intelligence. But yeah, that was a load of fucking horse shit, and honestly, this whole video was a headache. Now that I'm done with that, off we go. I'll see everyone next time.